Welcome to the Scoreboard, everybody. I'm your host, Conrad Jacobels. We have an absolutely jam-packed and fantastic show for you today. Coming up in today's show, Zach will be talking to an NAC athlete, and then we will be going down to Soldier Hollow with Christine and talking about Girls and Women's in Sports Day. That will be taking place February 5th. And then we are heading to Wasatch to see some girls basketball highlights with Brent. But before we get into all that, how about we check out some scores for boys and girls basketball. We're going to start off with the boys first. We can see right here, boys basketball, the rivalry of Park City versus Wasatch continues. I don't know what iteration this is. It's probably like, I don't know, 50th iteration or something. But Wasatch comes out the victor for this year against Park City in boys basketball, at least for this game. They may play again. But Wasatch beating Park City 63-49 in that rivalry, so congratulations to Wasatch there. We can see South Summit coming up short against Judge Memorial. Judge Memorial winning 75-56, and then we can see North Summit losing to North Sevier 73-69, so a close match there. We can see Wasatch continued their victory train. After beating Park City, they decided to beat Maple Mountain. They squeaked out the win 63-59. Again, Wasatch beating Maple Mountain. And then we can see Grantsville beat South Summit 50-36. And then we can see Duchesne winning in double overtime against North Summit. A close game in double overtime, 85-83. Duchesne coming out on top. We can see some boys' upcoming games. We can see Park City will be taking on Springville. Park City sitting at 4-8 and Springville at 3-7. So a very close matchup there. Both those teams are looking for wins. Being about 4 games under 500 is not where you want to be. So both Park City and Springville will be looking for a much needed win there. Wasatch versus Payson. Wasatch is at 7-7 and Payson is at 6-6. So a battle of the 500 right there. Whoever wins will be 1 game above 500. And then we can see South Summit will be taking on Morgan. South Summit sitting at 4-9 and Morgan at 4-5. We can see some more upcoming games. North Summit will be taking on Gunnison Valley. North Summit at 5-5 and Gunnison Valley at 6-6. And then we can see Park City. Again, that record will be changed. That'll be 5-8 or 4-9. Taking on Spanish Fork at 1-11. So Park City should be getting a win there. And then we can see Wasatch will be taking on Salem Hills, 7-7 Wasatch against 4-7 Salem Hills. We're going to be taking a look at the last couple boys basketball games. We can see South Summit at 4-9, taking on Providence Hall at 6-7. And then North Summit will be rematching North Sevier once again. North Summit at 5-5, North Sevier at 4-9. Let's take a look at the girls right now. Wasatch dominating both boys and girls basketball against Park City. Wasatch squeaking out the win 34-21. We can see South Summit beating American Leadership Academy. South Summit won that game 64-44, so a 20-point margin of victory. And then we can see North Summit beating Duchesne 60-35. Take a look at some more girls basketball games. We can see Park City lost to Provo. Tough week for Park City basketball all around. Provo beating Park City 45-24. We can see Wasatch losing to Maple Mountain 43-32. We will be checking out that game shortly. And then we can see South Summit losing to Grantsville 68-36. Taking a look at some more results right now. We can see North Summit rebounding very nicely against Gunnison Valley, winning 69-15. And then we can see South Summit losing to Morgan 64-47. So overall, pretty up and down week for our local high schools here in the area. We're going to take a look at the upcoming girls basketball games. Park City will be taking on Springville. Park City at 1-8, taking on the juggernaut Springville at 10-2. Park City sitting at 1-8, so that will be an uphill battle for Park City. And then the 4-7 Wasatch taking on 4-7 Payson. So a very even matchup there for Wasatch. Then we can see South Summit will be taking on Providence Hall. South Summit at 4-12 and Providence Hall at 4-7. Taking a look at some more games. We can see North Summit at 11-4, taking on Rich at 5-6. Singular Rich, just one Rich. Just one Rich taking on all of North Summit. We can see Wasatch at 4-7, taking on Salem Hills at 7-6. And then South Summit will be taking on Summit Academy, 4-12 South Summit and 6-8 Summit Academy. Taking a look at the last girls' upcoming games. North Summit will be taking on North Sevier, so Battle of the Norths. the Norths will be clashing with each other. 11-4 North Summit, 3-9 North Sevier. And then North Summit will then have another game against Layton Christian Academy. Pretty good game there. North Summit at 11-4 and Layton Christian Academy at 9-2. So that's a look at the boys and girls. And as I promised, we're going to take a look at the Wasatch girls basketball game against Maple Mountain with Brett Martindale. So let's throw it down to Wasatch High.
Hey everybody, Brent Martindale for the Scoreboard. We are with Norm Hayter, Wasatch head coach, the girls basketball team, after a tough home loss to Maple Mountain. Coach, thanks for joining us. What happened tonight? Maple, a tough team.
Yeah, they're a great team. We just turned the ball over too much. Didn't execute good enough down the stretch. Different times, maybe one person was out of spot, and we paid for it. Didn't hit our free throws tonight. We missed a ton of free throws. If we make those free throws, it's a different game. Just little things like that. You know, you got to play good defense. You got to rebound. You got to take care of the ball.
Girls playing tough. They look like they play their hearts out.
They're playing hard.
And let's talk a little bit about your big girls, Sari and Noyce. They've just really come around this last month.
Yeah, they're doing a great job working together inside, setting good screens, looking to play together. The girls are starting to get the ball to them as well. Our inside game's great. We just got to keep making our outside game as good as our inside game, and we'll be fine.
Got a tough road game this Friday. Tell us a little about what type of things you're doing.
Payson's playing a lot better now. They have a good team. They're a good program. They just beat Maple at Payson, so we're going to be in for a dogfight over there. It's going to be a battle.
Norm Hayter, Wasatch High School girls. Thank you, Coach, for joining us.
Thank you so much. Have a great day.
I want to say thank you so much to Brett Martindale for getting that interview, and we are rooting for you, Wasatch girls basketball, to rebound after that tough game against Maple Mountain. We have to take a break here on the Scoreboard, but we'll be right back with more sports, everybody. Welcome back to the Scoreboard, everybody. I'm your host, Connor Jacobellis. Now, I'm not allowed to leave the confines of the studio, but someone who is Christine Napier, and she's down at Soldier Hollow right now checking out the Women's and Girls in Sports Day, which will be taking place February 5th at Soldier Hollow. So let's go take a field trip down to Soldier Hollow.
I'm here at the beautiful Soldier Hollow Nordic Center in the shadows of the Wasatch Mountains outside of the town of Midway, joined by Jennifer McCullough. We are going to focus on National Girls and Women in Sports Day. Jennifer, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thank you for coming out.
We're happy to be here. It's a beautiful day. Now, Soldier Hollow, it was built in 2002 for the Salt Lake City Games. It's a world-class competitive training venue, but it's also a great place to bring your family, your kids, and even to try something new.
Yeah, it's a fantastic venue to bring everybody out. Our goal is to get as many people out here on skis as possible and experience our amazing trails.
So you encourage people of all levels. You don't have to be an Olympic athlete to come out here and enjoy this.
Oh, absolutely not. We encourage everybody to come out, and as part of that encouragement, we started free ski days last winter, and this season we have free ski Fridays once a month. So we did one in December, January, and then February 5th is our free ski day where the day pass and the rentals are included for anybody that wants to come out and ski. We have our instructors outside of our day lodge where they're, just giving tips to get you going. So it's a great opportunity to try cross-country skiing if you never have before. And when we do these free ski Fridays, we like to do it in conjunction that's supporting sport in general. So for Friday, February 5th ski day, we're doing it in support of the Women in Sport Foundation's event that they have every year to encourage and make aware the need for just in general sport equality.
And why is that subject so important to you and to Soldier Hollow? The subject of encouraging women and females and really anyone who maybe doesn't naturally come out here.
As far as gender equity goes, just in access to participation, access to leadership, to coaching, to pay, to media coverage. So I do have some interesting statistics that I took off of the Women's Sport Foundation website that was from their research called Chasing Equity. And I'll just read them off real quickly. But 40% of teen girls do not participate in sport compared to 25% of teen boys that do. Nearly 90% of colleges don't offer athletic opportunities to female athletes proportional to their enrollment. 48% of collegiate athletes report have had symptoms of depression or anxiety. 24% of all head coaches at the college level, only 24%, I should say, are women. And then to me, this is the one that really is staggering. 3.2% of sports media coverage is devoted to women's sports. So we just want to help support the movement so that we keep getting closer to more equality.
I'm here with Sarah Studebaker Hall. She is the Director of Operations of US Biathlon. She is also a previous Olympian. Sarah, thanks for joining us today.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
So I'm curious, why are you so passionate about Women and Girls in Sports Day?
I've been involved in sport pretty much my whole life. It's, been a part of who I am for so long, and I think the opportunities that women get through sport and the confidence that it helps inspire, the camaraderie that it can build as part of a team is so important, and it's really awesome to be able to celebrate that with National Girls and Women's in Sport Day.
And you've been competing in biathlon for many, many years. If someone's not familiar with the sport, tell me about it.
Yeah, so biathlon is cross-country skiing and target shooting. It's a Winter Olympic sport. It has its roots way, way back with hunting on skis in Scandinavian countries, and now it's an Olympic sport.
And you've been doing it since you were young, when you grew up. How has it changed as far as gender equality?
It really has changed, and that's something that I think we're seeing a lot these days. It's sometimes a little bit slow to happen, but I'm really proud of both US Biathlon and our international federation because we have really good gender equity with biathlon. Prize money on the World Cup and IBU Cup circuit is the same for men and women in biathlon, and on our national level, our national teams have gender parity for team naming and for the support that the athletes get.
National Girls and Women in Sport Day. It was created to help girls and women empower themselves, to find that courage deep down, to go for their dreams. How does biathlon do that?
One of the perfect sports for empowering women because, you can go out there, work really hard, ski your hardest, shoot a gun, which is often a really male-dominated world and experience, and then be a girl. And, you'll see a lot on the World Cup circuit and the international circuit that women are really, they wear pretty earrings and they want to be women, they want to be feminine and be seen that way, and it's cool to be able to have both of those identities.
Hollow Nordic Center, they're having their National Women and Girls in Sports Day coming up on February 5th. They are celebrating through a free ski day. What would you tell someone if they've never been, if they're maybe feeling a little apprehensive about coming out and enjoying these world-class facilities? What would you say to encourage them to come out and try?
Just started a women's ski group here at Soldier Hollow. So on Tuesday evenings, we're meeting with women from the community who just want to get together and have a fun experience. And I think that the really great thing about Nordic skiing is that it allows people from all different levels to get together, and you can do this at any point in your life. So from youth, so our youth programs here, we have tons of kids involved at Soldier Hollow with Team Soldier Hollow. And then we have opportunities for adults who both have experience and also who want to get involved in it. And I think it's a really great activity to do as a family because you can do it with your little kids and your grandma.
And when you look back at your career, starting in biathlon very young and continuing through worldwide competitions in Sochi, Vancouver, now you're coaching, now you're running US Biathlon, what really stands out to you? And when was a moment where you really had to draw upon your courage as a woman to get through a competition or to get through an important part of life?
The cool thing about sports for women is that just doing sport and doing something that's new and doing something that's challenging really helps to give you that confidence that you can do anything that you set your mind to. And sure, it may be hard, but it's just one thing in many things that are going to come across your plate in life that are going to be difficult. And I think being able to confront those challenges head on, especially for women, is really important. And I think that sports is such a great opportunity to give women that ability and that opportunity to do that in a really safe space, because when if you don't do well in a competition, or you know, don't have a great ski practice, or, you know, you miss a free throw in basketball, like, you know, in the grand scheme of things, it's not such a big deal, but mentally it's really going to build your confidence, and it's really going to shape you and help you grow as a person.
Your role at US Biathlon, you are utilizing your experience, your expertise as an athlete, as a coach, to encourage athletes of all levels to come out to participate and to be able to enjoy this beautiful area and these wonderful sports.
Yeah, definitely. I'm really passionate about getting people involved. You know, biathlon is not as popular as some other sports in the US, but it's extremely popular in Europe. And, you know, for us, it's really just getting people involved. We're really proud of the programs here at Soldier Hollow. We had a World Cup a couple of years ago. We have the Youth and Junior World Championships coming up next year here. And I think those are going to serve as events that will really be inspiring to the youth, you know, in this location especially, but also in the country in general. And so we're really excited about all of the happenings that are going on.
So much, Sarah, for joining us today. We hope to continue this conversation about women and girls in sports, and also cheer on US Biathlon in the coming months and the coming years.
Yeah, thank you very much.
And so February 5th is National Girls and Women in Sport Day, and that's the day that you have free skiing. Tell me a little more.
So we want everybody to come out, all ages, all genders, and give cross-country skiing a try, and just, you know, keep in mind the awareness that we're trying to raise in conjunction with this event.
And it's not just a coupon. You actually can ski for free, get your equipment. It's the whole deal.
It is. No need to register. We've had fantastic turnouts in the ones that we've already held. It's a really fun scene, and we just get excited to see everybody out here participating.
And I have to ask, everyone's talking about our unfortunately dry snowpack year. How are conditions out here at Soldier Hollow?
I am always so happy to say they're fantastic, because they really are. And the feedback that we're getting just in this entire area is, how do we do it? And it's because we have state-of-the-art snowmaking equipment and technology, and really just an awesome crew that's dedicated to making our trails the best in the area.
And if you don't want to ski, you can also tube. You have other activities that people can enjoy.
Yeah, you can. We have the tubing that everybody likes to come out and do. You can even rent electric fat tire bikes and ride them on the area trails where you can ride fat bikes, which is super fun. And then, of course, skiing and snowshoeing. So there is a lot to do out here.
Where's the best place to find more information?
SoldierHollow.com.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Jennifer, for joining us today. You can celebrate National Girls and Women in Sport Day on February 5th right here at Soldier Hollow. They encourage everyone to come out to ski, to try something new, and enjoy their beautiful facilities. Thanks to Soldier Hollow Nordic Center for letting us stop by. National Girls and Women in Sport Day is coming up on February 5th. I've got to get ready, so I will be off.
Thank you so much to Christine for that segment down at Soldier Hollow. And of course, you can always watch Christine on Mountain Connections here on Park City TV. We have to take another commercial break, but when we come back, Zach is going to be interviewing an NAC athlete. So you're going to want to stay tuned for that.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Scoreboard. I'm your host, Zach Burkhart, and it is a privilege of mine to be able to be back on stage here and be able to interview such a very honored guest. She is a Paralympic hopeful and competing in next week's Huntsman Cup. Hey Saylor, how's it going?
Going good, glad to be here.
Okay, before we get started talking about the Huntsman Cup coming up next year, how about you introduce yourself and tell us more about you and how you got into skiing?
Yeah, absolutely. So my name is Saylor O'Brien. I'm 17 and I was born with spina bifida, which is a condition with paralyzation in the spine. And immediately kind of off the bat from there, my parents kind of wanted me to be kind of active and just have a kind of a normal kid life, and so they looked at sports and they got me in skiing at the age of 4, and I loved it, and it stuck, and I wanted to keep doing it, so I did, and several years later, I was kind of getting into going fast and speed and wanting to race and all that stuff. And so we got in contact with the National Ability Center and their competition team. And I got on, everything was good. And yeah, and I've been with them for about 6 years now and still going.
That's awesome. I also had some great parents that got me into sports at an early age myself. So it's great to have that motivation behind you as you go on. Another thing is, like, I read this article about you, and you said these 3 lines that are pretty impressive, and I want to learn more on what they mean to you. And it was, I am capable, I am unstoppable, and my spirit is unconquerable. So what do those words mean to you?
Well, so those throughout that article is a quote from Anthony Robles, who was a one-legged wrestler. And since I was young, like, we had that quote up in our house, in our wall, and I read it every day. And it was just something that was motivation and also just to remind myself who I am. And so the, like, my young self reading those words and thinking about those words and what they mean to me, it's that I can do anything, and no one can stop me, and just a sense of confidence, and I'm here to do what I want to do, and what I feel like my path is, and to shy away from that.
That's pretty awesome. I really love those words because they really stuck out to me. There's a part of me that wants to hang those words up at my desk so I can know that I'm unstoppable, I'm unconquerable. One thing that you mentioned earlier is that you're part of the National Ability Center. So how has the National Ability Center been able to help you achieve your dreams and your goals?
Oh man, they've done so much for me with this journey that I've been on with them, and and from the start, the get-go, and just like wanting to get into racing and just finding a program, and then once we found them, and I met with coaches and met with staff, and they were full on board, like, immediately, like, okay, let's do it. They never questioned, they never hesitated. There was no limit to literally anything about it. And I think that's like what I love about them, is that they don't put limits on anything, because really I think that the potential is just so high that, like, there's no way you could in the first place. So yeah, they're super huge support. They're like my second family. Lots of fun and games when I'm with them.
That's awesome. I really love how an organization can really help you gain those skills and be able to achieve your dreams and goals. So speaking of the National Ability Center, they have this event coming up called the Huntsman Cup. Can you explain to our viewers more about what the Huntsman Cup is?
Yeah, so the Huntsman Cup is a race that we have every year at Park City Mountain Resort. And I think it's the 32nd annual race, and it's I mean, I see it as a way of not only a race, but a connection with other people, other people who are my competitors, and staff, and also future racers also. And and like I said earlier, we are all one big family. And so even if you're not a part of it, a part of the National Ability Center, there's still the feeling of being home, kind of.
It's always good to have that backing, especially from your competitors and from the National Ability Center. And we just want to thank you, Saylor, for joining us today and learning more about you and about this incredible event coming up. So thanks for joining us today.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for the opportunity.
Yeah, no problem. So the Huntsman Cup is next week on January 27th through the 29th. You can check it out at Park City Mountain Resort and be able to see Saylor in action and be able to cheer her on. And we'll be right back after this.
Welcome back, everybody, and well, that's going to do it for this episode of The Scoreboard. Thank you so much to Brent Martindale. Thank you so much to Christine Napier, and thank you so much to Zach Burkhart for all contributing to this episode of The Scoreboard and making it 10 kinds of fun. I've been your host, Connor Jacobells. Tune in next week for another brand new episode of The Scoreboard. And just like always, kisses, hugs, and belly rubs, everybody, and I'll see you next week.